魚！マグロ、マグロ節、マグロ、マグロ節。うん、よし。
I'm Charles Rangeley Wilson. I'm a writer and a fisherman. I travel to fish, and fishing is my passport to a different view of things, to people and places I'd never see without it. And fishing has pulled me here, Japan, a whole country obsessed by fish. An island nation like Britain, where it is impossible to be far from the sea, the Japanese treasure fish. They exploit fish. They revere fish. For the next 6 weeks, I'll be traveling on trains, planes, buses and boats from Tokyo to the farthest corners of this mysterious, impenetrable country. And perhaps, because their passion is also mine, I'll discover a different side to Japan. I've arrived in Tokyo, but going beyond the guidebook, finding the fishy places I'm after, will not be easy in a country that is, to most outsiders, so closed off, so private. I'll need more than fish. I'll need a companion, a guide.
求む旅の同行者。釣りと魚に関する BBC 制作のドキュメンタリーで、イギリス人のプレゼンターチャールズと日本を旅してくださる方を探しています。釣り好きで日本の習慣やマナーなども教えてくださる方を探しています。健康な成人日本人男性、女性。報酬はご相談。
Out of a city of more than 10 million, only 5 people answered the ad. Hisashi, a wannabe rock star.
How are you?
You, Charles.
I'm Charles, yes.
Wow.
Hi.
Meiko, a student from Vancouver.
Very nice to see you.
Tatsuya, a car battery salesman. Koida-san, an underemployed humanities graduate. And Yuya, who just missed out on being picked for the Japanese Olympic horse riding team.
5 lucky candidates, only one position.
Wow. It's first time job interview, I think.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll treat you very kindly.
I hope so.
I just want to learn a bit more and find out about you.
My hobby is fishing and playing basketball and playing guitar.
I like eat fishing and then not very much about the fishing.
I do fishing once a year, not so often.
Fish. I like fish. Well, fish.
Only fish or fish creature?
anything, fish creatures, but also Japan and people and
people.
customs. But there was one candidate who, like me, seemed misplaced, out of water. He'd been held at knife point in Colombia, taken tours in the Lebanon, been a truck driver. He was edgy, compelling. Here is Aki.
Maybe I think maybe you're interested in nightclub business in Japan? No.
Aki is 36 years old, and he is the man who I hope can show me Japan from the outside and the inside. If fish are everywhere on the Japanese menu, Aki tells me some places capture the obsession more obviously than others. Our first stop is a themed family restaurant in the Japanese manner. Here, it's a mock fishing boat afloat in a blue pool that also contains our supper. Everything from shellfish to sharks. If we can catch it, we can eat it.
いけすにお魚が泳いでおりまして、普通のいけすに泳いでるお魚とカゴに入ってるお魚といるんですけども、はい、お魚いけすに泳いでる方をですね、一応向こうでまた説明させていただくんですけども、竿の方で餌つけて餌釣りという形で釣っていただきまして、サメがいるじゃないですか。はい、サメなどですね、まずサメとかあとウツボとかもいるんですけども、そういったお魚が一応ペットになりまして、釣れた場合はそちらに出してあげてください。
So we're having a snapper. If we can catch one.
魚が新鮮だから来るのか、もしくは釣りをしたいのか、どっちだ？そうですね、どちらかというとやっぱりお子様、おじい様やおばあ様と一緒に、ちょっとなんていうアミューズメントみたいな形で一緒に来て楽しんで、お食事もして一緒に和やかな雰囲気で帰っていただくという方が結構多いですね。はい。
This is unreal. Hey, good man. Aki, you're a fishing star. Oh, I've got a scrapper on. He only fishes once a year, and he's beaten me to it.
I got snapper.
Aki, what can I say? You're more of a fisherman than I am. Well done. Okay, so now they're gonna cook it for you, yeah? It wasn't enough to catch our supper, we have to sing for it too. We have entered Planet Weird, Aki. That is just about the strangest thing I've ever seen. Oh, it's sushi. I thought they were gonna grill it. Sushi. Shit, it moved.
Still living, still alive.
That's. Okay, I'm into sashimi, but the live thing is weird. It's not hit it on the head. It seems to me a little cruel.
Yeah, cruel.
To take the flesh off the fish while it's still alive. It's.
You look very philosophical. Just do it. Just eat. Forget about this complicated thing. This is Japan.
Yeah.
Forget about your country. Just eat it and enjoy it.
Of course, when in Rome, as they say.
Yeah.
This dish is not unusual. For Aki and the diners around us, there's no conflict between the apparent suffering of fish and the eating experience. In the West, we like to get as far away as possible from the idea that our meal was once alive. In Japan, they celebrate it. It's a rude awakening, but freshness is everything in Japan. Unsurprising in a hot, crowded country, completely dependent on the ocean for its protein. Japan's 120 million people, a 50th of the world's population, eat a 10th of its fish. Vast amounts of marine life, and most of it comes here. Tsukiji, Tokyo's fish market. It's before dawn, but Tsukiji is wide awake. I'm not. I'm keyed up on cheap coffee and looking for Ida-san, a man who trades in the king of fish, bluefin tuna. Bloody hell. So many fish. I'm overwhelmed by the body count, by the sheer number of tuna in here. I think okay, apparently these guys are the bluefin. The king of tuna, one of the world's most expensive fish, one of the world's most endangered fish.
Endangered?
Yeah. Yeah, there aren't too many of these left. And what they're buying is not so much fish as scarcity. And the fewer there are of these things, the more the price goes up. Ida-san's family have been tuna traders for more than 100 years. Very long face. I haven't actually had a word with him yet. He's looking at this big bluefin. Torch in the belly. Oh, he's knocking the ice out of it. He has a lifetime's experience, but only a few seconds to check each fish for fat content, for color, texture. All the qualities that combine to make the perfect tuna flavor. Looks like our man got his fish. A blizzard of grunts and bells. The auction is over in minutes, and Ida-san has bought the largest wild bluefin in the market. Back at his stall, Ida-san's team has to work quickly to get the fish ready for Tokyo's top restaurants. He's coming to check his purchase. Every slice and cut is critical, precise. Tuna like this is as close as fish comes to beef. I wonder if this explains their obsession with it. In a country with so little pasture land, the tuna is their 8-ounce ribeye. If it's not a cheeky question, can I ask what you bid for these big fish?
値段は本当は日本では言っちゃいけないことになってるんだけど、でもこの魚が競りで一番高かった魚で、キロの11000円。で目方が190キロ。
That works out at over £15,000. It's a circus. It's on the Tokyo tourist circuit. It's not the scarcity of these fish, it's the value. And the more valuable they are, the more fascinated we become. It's that tens of thousands figure. But ironically, the scarcer they become, the more valuable they get, and the more we come to gawp at this incredible phenomenon. I wonder what we'll be selling here in 50 years' time. That's what I wonder about. Will there be bluefin for sale in this fish market? Ida-san is no nonsense, ruthless in the execution of his work, economical with his words. But he's not the only one. There's no Billingsgate banter here, just men and women working hard. As there are all over Tokyo, the hardest working city of all. But in the midst of all this industry, Aki tells me there is an oasis of fishy calm, where stressed out salarymen go to unwind. Is this our platform? What? Is this our platform?
Yeah, number 13 to Ichigaya Fishing Center.
There it is. Ichigaya. Ichigaya is both a fishing pond and a train station. Is there anyone here? Ah, here she is.
2個ですね。
餌ですよ、これ。
はい、これが練り餌で、あとね、竿がそちらにありますから。
Could she explain how it works and what fish we'll be catching?
何やってるんだよ。
鯉だけです。
で、釣ったら、
そしたらね、網がありますから、網に入れていただいて、そこのはかりがありますから、そちらで計量して、それで釣れると鯉、ポイントと交換してます。これを1キロ1点で、7ポイント集まると1時間釣りできます。1時間無料。そうです。
Okay, so we catch as many fish as we can to amass points, and if we get 7 points, then we can stay for another hour.
Yes, that's it. That's right.
That is just like an arcade. It is an arcade. It's like an arcade game. Yeah, you reach, you know, the total, but all the fish go back at the end. Let's get stuck in. What sort of people come here? Are these businessmen or students or?
どんな人が来るんですかね。
サラリーマン、仕事終わったサラリーマンとか、あとここら辺大学が多いんで、もう大学生、学生さんが来ます。
サラリーマンってこの時間帯はあんまりいない。
いないですね。5時過ぎると。
5時過ぎると、
夜ですね。
After 5 p.m. サラリーマンにcoming.
What are they looking for? What's the pleasure that they're finding?
一人でぼーっとしに来る人もいますよね。
They just they will go blank.
There's no wild nature here, and not much sky either, but it is still an escape. People come here to space out, looking at a float. And it's everyone. Teenagers on dates, retired old men, workers. Well, I'm kind of seeing what they mean. I'm thinking about nothing. And I'm thinking about how when you just stare at a float like that, it does wash the mind clean. Yeah? It's like putting the computer to sleep. You know, the sleep mode. You bring it into the net. Once again, Aki's beginner's luck has put him on the scoreboard. It is big, yeah. It's a good... You've caught yourself a fish, Aki. You're on the points board.
1.5 キロ。
何ポイントですか？ポイントは
1.5 ポイント。
What do you think the fish think of all of this?
やっぱりストレス感じてます。やっぱり魚もね、こう何回も釣られるでしょ。それでストレスが溜まると早く死んでしまう。
They are too stressed out. The lifespan is very short. People.
The fish are stressed out like the people who come to catch them.
待ってます。
I have to admit, I'm ambivalent about this fish arcade, but I can see its place, its function, any respite in this storm of a city. 30,000 Japanese commit suicide every year, often because they are stressed and overworked. I hope the stressed-out fish of Ichigaya are stopping that number from rising higher. Tokyo is a congested and expensive place, and privacy is a rare commodity.
Smells?
It smells of disinfectant.
It's almost functioned as a lab hotel, I think. Let's open the window.
Strict morality and paper-thin walls have conspired to make sex for the young and adulterous a difficult proposition. Hotels are more than just places to sleep. Aki tells me You can even rent a room like this by the hour. So tell me about love hotels. How does that work?
It's easy. It's a hotel just for having a sex.
Who with? Girlfriends or prostitutes?
Whoever you want.
Whoever you want. It looks like all the programs on offer are wall-to-wall pornography. You're taking me around the seedier side of Japanese life. Ominously, Aki has been doing research on the internet all day long, and he's being very secretive about it. So just tell me what that call was about, Aki.
I've got a little something for you tonight. Special gift.
That's it, is it? Yeah. Oh well. It's definitely not a lady boy then. Or a lady. Or is it a video? Oh my God. To my huge relief, what I thought might be internet porn turns out to be internet prawn.
Oh, it's still
This one, oh, this one's still going. Okay. That looks like a dead shrimp to me.
It's already dead.
How do we eat the thing?
Oh! Can you hear?
I can hear something.
He's crying.
What?
He's crying.
What do you mean crying?
He's crying because he knows his destiny. Destiny. Yeah, really, he's crying.
After my freak out with the live sashimi, Aki is messing with my head.
Prawn has emotions.
If prawn has emotions, why are we eating it like this? How did you order these things?
On the web.
On the web?
Yeah.
Do you want me to have a go?
Oh!
Are you very sure this is how you eat them? You don't cook them?
Oh!
You tuck into this one. What do you think? To me, that's quite an intense experience.
We better have them cooked by chef.
I think the best destination for those is a pot. The prawns may have needed cooking, but what Japan is all about is raw fish. And they take that passion to some extraordinary lengths. Before leaving Tokyo, we've come to suburban Chiba district to meet the world's only tuna tribute band, Gyoko.
Gyoko? Pleased to meet you.
By day, humble fish merchants. By night, tuna rockers.
How you doing?
Taro. Kujira? Kujira Taro.
Kujira Taro.
Kujira. Kujira.
Hi, what are you, the drummer? The drummer?
No. Keyboard.
Keyboard. Hi. And sampling. You're the singer?
Yes, and sword.
Singer and sword. And is it just the two of you? Who else?
でもう一人は Deep Sea.
Okay, that's his name. What does he do?
Guitar. Fish guitar.
Okay. The third guy is standing behind me, but he's not standing behind me because he's actually deep under the sea. Good stuff.
Fish rock.
Gyoko fan. Oh, she's got a t-shirt.
Gyoko's great.
Looks good.
これおじいさんにもらった鉢巻きなんですよ。
Ah, okay.
Grandfather power in soul.
One moment, Surizao is in a fishmonger's apron. The next, he's swimming free as his alter ego, captain of the Gyoko submarine. I'm watching a rock musician become a tuner, become an eco-warrior. It's a very surreal show. But there's more to Gyoko than just being kooky. As young people abandon fresh fish for convenience food, Gyoko use music to turn them around. Gyoko is making a stand. It's a good message, but a mixed one. Not wasting fish is great to hear, but I'm not hearing anything about the problems of overfishing, about the fish running out. Leaving Tokyo far behind us, we're taking the bullet train north, through the mountains, to the city of Ojiya, in the Niigata district on the northwest coast. It's here that water, soil and climate combine to make the most perfect place on Earth for creating moving, living works of art. 200 years ago, so the legend goes, an emperor gazing into a pond fell in love with the sublime movements and beauty of a red fish, the koi carp. Mano-san is a top koi breeder, or an art dealer, depending on how you look at it. But Mano-san's art is ephemeral. It will one day fade and die.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Today, I'm helping him collect some of the most valuable koi in the world from their summer residence in the hills. They are so valuable that every fish must be accounted for.
How much are they worth? Each one fish of these?
One fish, how much?
Yeah. What's one fish worth?
It's
a secret.
1000万。1000万。
100,000? Yes. Okay, we're having translation issues here and fish inflation as we talk. 50,000 pounds per fish.
If you got 38 koi carp, how much would be altogether?
We're 38 times 50,000. Yeah, so it's about 1.7 million pounds. That is one hell of a lot of fish. He's counting.
2 fish missing. 15いるんや。15いる？あ、じゃあいたいたいた。俺こっちはなんかギラギラ言って感情待つけど。こっちすぐいた。
No, so we've got the 38.
We've got 38, so we've got them all.
いるよ、雨やね。
For that. This will be giving the average koi fancier a serious heart attack.
Up in the mountains, the ponds could freeze. Here, out the back of Manu-san's house, these carp will be pampered through the winter.
What kind of people come here to buy koi?
今はちょっと景気悪いからあれだけど、まあ昨日株で儲けたとかさ、やっぱりちょっと何十万何百万になる子はやっぱり会社の社長、それもやっぱり1台で 一代で財を成したような会社の社長の方が買うね。もうその要するにその財を成した腕一本で大きくした人が買うね。
English koi. Koi fanciers. Hi there.
Oh yeah, are you all right?
Yeah. You're koi enthusiasts. We've been trying to get inside the world of koi.
Oh, 20 years of doing it, I want to get out.
Really?
I love it.
Is it addictive then?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It is just a drug, an obsession. You just get into it. I had a 2-year break, and it just drove me mad. Just had to dig out another pond and get another one. It's always been an ambition to come here.
So it's a bit of a pilgrimage here.
It is. Oh, this is. It definitely is. Yeah, this is the mecca of the koi world. This is the icing on the cake. Right, once you've been in Japan and you bought fish in Japan, there's nowhere further. You've reached the peak.
Manu-san invites us to a local fish show, where he's a competitor and a judge. Everywhere there are koi carp in tanks, pools and buckets, and a steady stream of koi groupies. To my untrained eye, it's baffling. Though I can see differences, a black spot here, a red spot there, I can't see what makes one fish better than the next. And there are prizes for fish in every size range. When judging begins, it is intense, serious.
A lot of clipboards. A lot of deliberation. Ah, so it's already decided. That's what they've been deliberating on. So the grand champion is chosen.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
色もいいし、艶もいいし、やっぱり色っていうのもその基本のこの肌、白地がまた綺麗だし、あとね、模様も単純なこう二段模様だけど、やっぱりこのなんていうの、反り込みじゃないけど、あそこがまたユニークだよ。全体的なやっぱり雰囲気がいいわけ。まあ雰囲気。まあ艶も当然艶があるから光って見えるし、やっぱりこれがやっぱりね艶がおったらやっぱりこのグランドチャンピオンにはならんかったと思う。
To my surprise, I was falling under the koi spell. There is something mesmerizing about them. A uniquely Japanese art form. They don't challenge or ask questions. They just are. In Japan, the cities stretch out like seas of concrete across any land that is flat enough to build on. We're heading back, south of Tokyo, to Izu, where the mountains begin. The mountains give rise to clear, fast rivers. In many of them is a fish that to the Japanese marks the seasons as clearly as falling leaves or snow. The ayu. It's very good to eat. In late summer, the ayu, a tiny salmon, swarm on their spawning run, and fishermen swarm to catch them. Fishermen like Suzuki-san and Wada-san, a publishing magnate and a dentist. The ayu feeds by grazing algae from the rocks in the stream, which makes it impossible to catch with a baited hook. Long ago, the Japanese developed a bizarre solution to this fishy conundrum: tomazuri. That word means, literally, fishing with friends. The friend in this case being an ayu, one fish used to catch another. Wada-san explains the technique.
それを自分のここが自分の餌場だということを認識してるんですね。それを別の人が食べに行くと追い出そうとする。あっち行けって。 その時にここの後ろの針に引っかかるこういう。
The trick is to gently steer your Ayu friend into another Ayu's territory. The resident Ayu attacks and gets foul hooked.
It's all about understanding how the fish wants to swim, and that's the art. Oh, yes, yes, hey, we have one. Success.
Nice catch.
The bottom one has attacked the top one and got caught. This is how they do it.
I guess I'm ambivalent about using live fish as bait, but Tomazuri is redeemed in that all these fish are caught for food, and the meal that follows is as important as the fishing itself.
That's good, eh? That's good. Salty. Very like a trout. What is so compelling about this fishing for you?
例えば桜。その桜が短い期間にわーっと咲いて、でそこでバーッと散ってっていう日本人のそのなんていうのかな潔さみたいなものっていうのが日本人の気質に合ってると思うんですね。それが鮎釣りとそれに近いものがあって、
鮎っていう魚はだから日本人の釣り人じゃない人まで鮎という魚にすごく興味を持っているんですね。だからそれを釣ろうとするのはもっと楽しいし、魅力があるんですね。
They might dress like mad bikers from a crazy future, but the ritual of Ayu is actually an echo of a rural past. All along the river, like so many samurai herons, wealthy, middle-aged men are keeping that past alive. The Ayu is so revered as food, fetching 200 pounds a kilo, that centuries ago the emperor appointed a team of fishermen to catch them. Over 1,000 years later, they are still doing it. These fishermen also burn the torch of tradition. Without rod, line or net, they fish by firelight and have been working the Nagara River for over 1,300 years. Gifu is a modern city of 500,000. It has grown around a small fishing village that even today gives the city its identity.
Hello.
Sugiyama-san is an imperial cormorant master.
Hello, I'm Charles.
Yeah, I'm cormorant fish master Masahiko Sugiyama.
Like 14 generations of his ancestors before him, Sugiyama-san works exclusively for the emperor, harnessing the best fisher of all, the cormorant, to catch Ayu for the highest table in Japan.
Fishing on the Nara River has long history, over 1,300 years. Finally fishing, I put the rope on it.
By attaching a line to the bird and by placing a ring around its gullet, he is able to prevent the cormorant from swallowing any fish it catches underwater.
Yes. Around here, one cormorant can catch about 60 fish per an hour. Very good fisherman.
The birds naturally pair themselves for life. Each day, Sugiyama-san selects the pairs that will fish that evening.
Hey! That one does not want to get out of the pond. Done. Do you ever make a mistake and put the wrong pair in?
Seldom.
Seldom. But if you did, they would have a big argument.
Yes.
Yeah.
To death.
To death?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
The ones who stay will be fed. The others are kept hungry.
Before fishing.
Watch this, okay. Look at the size of this thing. Okay. Down it goes. Whoa! It's just like dropping them down a drain pipe.
The title of Cormorant Master is passed from father to son, and it's a lifetime commitment. Though it's a highly respected tradition, it's also an obligation.
Have you always wanted to be the cormorant master?
Be a cormorant master?
Was it something you always wanted to do?
家の仕事としてね、親から後をついていく仕事ですけど、まあそれを父親はもし元気であればね、他のこともやってみたくて、特に経済学とかね、その辺の勉強もしてみたくて、特にイギリスとかね、ケンブリッジとかそういうとこもね、行ってみたかったこともあったんだけど。
What do you do all winter? You know, you're nearly at the end of the season. You don't go fishing, I don't suppose.
In the fishing season, I relax. I sometimes play golf.
Golf?
Yes, play golf, and I love rock music. Led Zeppelin.
Led Zeppelin. So what's your favourite Led Zeppelin song?
Whole Lot of Love.
Whole Lot of Love, yes. Da 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 da.
Yes.
Yeah, fantastic.
Choreographed finale. All the Cormorant Master boats fan out across the river in a blaze of fire and noise. It seems my fellow travellers can't get enough of this celebration of tradition. I can just about see Sugiyama-san through the flash photography. As the crowds gasp and clap, I wonder, is he a fisherman or a tourist attraction? Either way, he isn't an economics professor. His sacrifice seemed to me a perfect expression of the public and private faces of Japan.
Japanese 建前と本音を分けてるっていうふうによく言われるんですけど、外国人の目から見るとそう見えるかもしれないですけど、そんなに意識的にやってるわけじゃなくて、無意識にもうそういうふうに頭の中にプログラムされてると思います。
So far on my journey, I have seen and spoken to very few Japanese women. The historical stereotype is that they are demure and retiring, that they very much have a supporting role. But this isn't the whole truth. We've come to Ise on the southern coast of Japan, a vast bay of rich fishing grounds opening onto the Pacific Ocean. Here it is not men who do the fishing, but women. Breath hold diving for pearls, abalone, urchins and lobsters. These are the ama, or sea ladies. The place feels like a Cornish fishing village. Until a rusty tannoy announces the location for today's diving. Within minutes, the sea ladies arrive, togged up and ready to fish. I'm going along to see how they work. The fishing here is strictly managed and shared throughout the community. We head out along the coast in search of turban shells. Some sea ladies swim out from the shore. Others, like Shigeko-san, go out with their husbands who work the boat on the surface. The ama say that it works this way round because women carry more subcutaneous fat than men, and in a cold sea stay warmer for longer.
It looks seriously hardcore. They're like seals. And it's not just that they're managing it once, but they're going down again and again and again. I bet it keeps them fit. And it's funny seeing the husband there in the boat, chugging around, while his missus is sent never-endingly to the bottom of the sea to come up with more shells. Impressive. God, she's down a long time now. got to be about a minute. Here she comes.
Okay, here goes nothing.
Aki and I jump in to have a go.
It's quite clear. Aki, how deep is it? What? How deep is it? 5 meters. 5 meters. Yeah. It looks pretty serious to me.
It's incredibly hard work. They make it look easy. It takes Aki 3 dives to get 1 shell. Back on shore, the sea ladies sort their catch. The average age of a sea lady today is mid-50, and some keep on diving into their 70s. Work over, the ladies relax around a fire in their hut and cook themselves a late breakfast fresh from the sea. It's a really lovely atmosphere, full of warmth and banter.
Can you tell me why ladies make better divers?
Hell's Grannies takes on a whole new meaning at Issei, where these strong, confident women are making the most of a biological superiority. Everything I've learnt so far about the Japanese and fish is how they celebrate freshness. But at Lake Biwa, 400 kilometers northwest of Issei, I've been told that the sushi is far from fresh. Funa sushi originated here beside Japan's largest freshwater lake and is said to be the precursor of the sushi I know and love. We're meeting local entrepreneur Masayoshi Tanaka, otherwise known as Shacho, the boss. Shacho is a one-man marketing storm for Funa sushi, which is the opposite of fresh. It's actually fermented fish. This tough selling proposition ought not leave him much spare time, but somehow he finds it. And when he's not selling Funa sushi, he's producing videos and music for local companies. We're hoping Shacho will tell us about Funa sushi. And it's obvious from the start that we've met a man with strong ideas on how to do things.
Okay.
ここから針目だどうですか。ここが。そうすると分かりますから。一番これ7時代。ここをこういうお寺から描いたところで来たところでスタートです。
Okay, so
テレビ皆さんこんにちは。日本ではですね奈良時代皆さんが保存食として奈良時代から伝われてましたら船寿司というものがあります。 その発酵食生まれた時代というのがいわゆる奈良時代なんです。奈良時代を証明するのが実はこういう時代になった時にですね、奈良時代こういう時に保存食が生まれたということなんです。それでは行きましょう。
Let's go.
はい、レッツゴー。
That's good. Excellent. That's going very well. In the cutthroat world of Funasushi marketing, there are no lions, and Shacho has us up at the crack of dawn. He wants us to see the entire process from start to finish, and he's hired a local fisherman to show us stage 1, catching the fish.
Okay.
ようやくですね、到着しました。これから漁場に魚を取ります。ご覧ください。このようにして引っ張り上げてます。カメラさあ、あっち向いてください。
Okay.
これが寿司よ。おー。
With our freshly caught carp, we move to an island in the middle of the lake. A sleepy little place that seems to be entirely populated by pensioners. We arrive at a tiny house where Shacho has told us we will see stage 2 of the Funasushi story. The fish are scaled, cleaned, salted, and packed in a bucket.
次浮きポンポンっていうか浮き丸やで私らポンポンってこう泳ぐために腹があると腐ってしまうからお魚が船寿司につけた場合こう塩にするとこのほれ浮きが水持ってるから。
このシーンも今度終わりですので、
塩切りはこれで終わり。
このシーンで終わります。はい。それで足しているシーンをしてください。
The next ingredient is rice.
Do we need to say anything about the rice?
どこの国？
イギリスです。
それから言わんとわからん。いいですか？
はいどうぞ。That's good. Yeah.
いややってきましたね。これイギリスの皆さん、この田園都市見てください。この中でです。この田園都市の中、琵琶湖が近くにある中で、なんと85歳のおばあさんが船寿司をつけてる。それはですね、もともと奈良時代から伝説された。伝来から伝えられた工法で水でつけられていると、そういうことなんです。一体どういう方なんでしょうか。行ってみたいと思います。どうぞ。
What Shacho meant to say is that the rice grown in this field is packed with the salted fish and left to ferment for 6 months.
こういう方なんですかね。
Shacho has arranged for us to visit an old lady to try a funasushi she made earlier.
こんにちは。ちょっとお伺いしますけど、田中伊代さんでございます。
As it turns out, this old lady is his mother.
ちょっとこっち来てもらえますか。
But he thinks it better for our audience if he pretends not to know her.
ちょっとこう合わせてみて。まあ、そっくりじゃないですか。
This is the rice the fish has fermented in.
なんかプンとしますけど。
匂いますか。
匂いますかって。どうぞ。
ほら。
It smells like a music festival portaloo after a hot weekender.
Oh yeah. Good.
Good.
6 months old.
This mummified fish that has fermented in rice for half a year and looks like it might kill my dog is actually a delicacy.
That's that is a brave section.
おいしいおいしい。
Oh God. He has to go. Aki, that wasn't a good advert.
But Chacho, the ever-resourceful director and restless artist, feels we still don't have a killer sequence, something to really sell the story of Funasushi to a British audience. A few phone calls later, and we're off to shoot what he insists will be a climactic end to the story. That's me in the panda suit. Aki is the tiger.
はい。これなんでここのパンダとトラが仲良くなってなんでオタクが飛ぶのよ。あ、どうするの？なんで飛ぶの？
Well, do you want to fly? Do I want to fly? Yeah, of course I do. Yeah, come on. Let's go. I just don't know why.
Change you are no. Change. Change.
Let me change. No, I'm in the driving seat now.
ということは問い合わせチェンジせよと言うたんですけど、私は怖いからダメっていうトラは言う。でパンダは飛びたい。
I can't see anything in this frigging suit.
Chacho is made in Japan.
夢を与えよう、こういうことなんですね。ただ飛んでやら誰でも飛ぶじゃないですか。ただトラッキーとですね、パンダと仲良く手をつないで踊って楽しもうという遊びですよ。遊び心。はい。そういうことです。はい。夢は楽しく行きましょう。はい。はい。
Looks like he's enjoying the flight.
I still have no idea what a flying panda or a waving tiger have to do with Funasushi. But in Sacho's world, when you burst out of the box of ordinary life and onto the box that is the telly, you do it in style. That evening, we head south to Taiji, the center of Japan's infamous whaling industry. In the face of international condemnation, the Japanese continue to hunt whales for what they describe as research purposes.
5 minutes left.
5 minutes. Okay, we're nearly there. Whale Bill. Aki, some people where I come from think it's terrible to eat whale, and I want to know what you think.
Whale?
Whale.
I prefer to eat dolphin.
There's a festival going on in Taiji. A festival in praise of the whale. The Japanese have none of our emotional attachment to the whale as mammal. To them, it's just another fish.
It's a huge queue.
From the Second World War until the mid-1980s, Japanese children were fed protein-rich whale meat at school. And going by the length of the queue at the barbecue, they liked it.
That way. It's a hectic old queue, isn't it?
Aki is keen for me to get a taste of his childhood.
Right. This is what you want me to try, yeah?
Yeah. That's the smell. This is the smell I remember when I was a kid.
From school?
From school, yeah.
Okay. Here goes for a bit of whale. Nothing wrong with that. It's okay. But, you know, I never expected it to taste not okay. I always thought it'd be all right. You know, of course it's going to be fine. It's quite like beef, isn't it?
I told you, it's good.
tasty, delicious.
For me, that's not the point, though.
What's the point? What's the point?
Point is, it's a big, rare mammal. It's very hard to kill it quickly.
There is a gulf between Aki and me.
What do you mean?
He can't see my point of view, and I'm having difficulty with his.
Quite nice.
It seems wrong to be hunting some of the rarest animals on the planet in the name of a childhood nostalgia. But talking to people at the festival, it's clear that it's not so simple.
重要ですね。昔からのね、もう何十年何百年で続いてる、伝統ある行事ですから、行事っていうか、漁ですよね。だから、その伝統、反捕鯨とかっていうのを崩そうとしてるわけじゃないですか、今、いろいろと。やっぱクジラの退治だから、そういうのをやっぱね、大事に、自分たちも自分たちの次の世代なんかも、やっぱ受け継いでいてほしいっていうのもあるし。
These people are carved out of whaling. It is their identity, and it is difficult to condemn the identity of a whole community. But I'm still haunted by that astonishing body count of bluefin tuna at the fish market back in Tokyo. In the last 30 years, stocks of wild bluefin have plummeted by 90%.
Oh my God.
This fish is heading for extinction too. But unlike in Taiji, here at the Marine Biology Department of Kinki University in Oshima, a few hours' drive away, scientists are busy working on a solution. Here, they've established the world's only successful captive breeding project for bluefin tuna. It is an incredible feat. Tuna are the muscle cars of the ocean, fast-swimming predators that will cross the Atlantic and back in a matter of weeks.
Oh, tuna, wow, look at that.
Professor Hidemi Kumai has spent the greater part of his life unraveling the secrets of the bluefin. He's battled for years with eggs that wouldn't hatch, with fry that died for no reason, with adolescent fish that killed themselves against the glass walls of their tanks, until finally he reared adult bluefin from the egg.
人工的にこれを作るようになればですね、天然のに手をつけずに養殖ができるということになるわけですね。これが一番重要なマグロです。これは世界中でもですね、人工的に作ったもう最高のもう1匹ですね。246日で全部死んだと。最初の1匹。これはもう何と言っても我々の宝ですね。
Professor Kumai's treasure died 13 years ago. Things have improved since then. The mature bluefin are kept in vast circular pens in the bay. We're heading out for feeding time. In this cage, there are 40 fish.
Wow, look at that.
Tokihiko Okada is also here to harvest a tuna to help fund work at the university. Each fish is worth more than £3,000.
There. Oh.
An electrical charge stops the fish in its tracks.
Look at the size of that fish. Oh my God. Oh wow.
3 blows to the head stun this leviathan, so it can be winched aboard.
Holy smoke. Oh my God.
The last thing you want is a fish weighing 200 kilos thrashing about on the deck.
It's enormous.
So they make sure it's dead.
So they put a hole straight into the brain there.
bone.
Right, down into the spine. Oh my God, it's grisly stuff. Wow. It's turned from a very sort of silent thing into a grisly theatre in about 10 seconds flat. Now the gills are coming out, so they want to get the blood out of it as quickly as possible.
The meat of the tuna is very hot, so we have to keep it that, make it as soon as possible, make it cool.
Okay. £5 worth of tuna in the ice chest. Five minutes from tank to ice chest. Unreal.
Farmed bluefin sashimi might well represent a lifeline for the wild bluefin. But given it takes 100 kilos of mackerel to produce 10 kilos of farmed tuna, it's not exactly a sustainable use of the ocean. Shouldn't we just be eating the mackerel? The bluefin is one of a triumvirate of iconic fish in Japan, fish that shape the national identity. The second is the koi carp, the third is the fugu. Shimonoseki is on the far western coast of Japan. It's the historic center of the country's fugu industry. It's 2 in the morning at the Shimonoseki fish market. The fugu is a puffer fish. When threatened, puffers defend themselves by sucking water into their stomachs until they are completely spherical.
This is the guy.
Hisashi Matsumura is a fugu trader of more than 30 years' experience.
Good morning. I'm Charles. Ohayou gozaimasu. Very early as well. This is fascinating, seeing this large-scale operation going on. Can you tell me a little bit about the fascination with fugu?
Oishii. Number one.
Number one. Oishii.
Very good.
There are many different types of fugu.
Yeah.
Barrel fish.
Number one.
Okay. Touch? It's okay. Saba fugu. Very, yeah, golden and shiny. Yeah. Oh, I see. It's completely smooth. Completely smooth.
The auction for fugu is conducted with secret hand gestures inside a sleeve, hiding the bids to ensure the best possible price.
So this is processing, Aki.
Prized for its exquisite taste, fugu is as expensive as bluefin, but eating it unprepared can hit more than just your wallet.
So if I was to eat this now, what would it do to me?
Die.
Alongside its ability to inflate, the fugu has developed another, less visible but far more potent means of defense. By eating other fish infected with a deadly strain of bacteria, the fugu accumulates lethal toxins within its body to which it is immune. Once, the process of safely preparing fugu was a secret closely guarded by individual restaurants. People died when they tried and didn't know how. Now the myth has been rather dispelled. It still takes 3 years to learn how to prepare fugu, but it's become an industrial process. Genji Ito shows me how it's done. It is another gruesome spectacle.
だからまず目が食べられないんで、向こうで取ってます目。はい。いいですか。この目玉。
Oh, the eyes too.
はい。これ毒があります。目玉。で、あとはこの内臓。これに毒があります。これが肝臓。肝臓に毒があります。プロじゃないでアマチュアがやって亡くなるのはいます。プロはなし。プロフェッショナル。だからそのために次にきれいに洗います。洗ったものをもう一度向こうで水を流しながらすすぎます。だからきれいに洗って完全に、毒のある部分は除いてしまいますから。
Fugu on the spin cycle. Is this gonna do something with the warranty on this machine? Yeah. Does the manufacturer know you're using it to wash fugus?
おまけに日本の機械はなかなか壊れない。Made in Japan.
So it won't go wrong, yeah? Even if you fill it full of poisonous fugu fish.
In Shimonoseki's top fugu restaurants, a meal for two can cost in excess of £300. If much of Japanese eating is ritualized, when it comes to fugu, this reaches a new level. Restaurant owner Takeshi Wada introduces us to the fine etiquette of fugu dining. I'd assumed that eating fugu was some macho rite of passage, a dance with death being the principal pleasure, and indeed, for his imperial safety, the Emperor of Japan is forbidden from eating it. But this is a world away from the macho. It is instead culinary theatre. The remains of one course flows into the next seamlessly, a Russian doll of a meal, a course within a course within a course. Contrary to what I thought, the fact that it's poisonous seems irrelevant. The reason why people like fugu so much is simply that it is delicious. And this was the best meal I'd eaten in Japan. The Japanese have always known that fugu can kill. But 200 kilometers down the coast from Shimonoseki is a town where the people ate fish they didn't know were poisonous. On the southern coast of the island of Kyushu, Minamata is a small city that gave its name to a disease. For more than 30 years, between 1932 and 1968, the Chiso Corporation pumped a lethal industrial byproduct, methyl mercury, into the waters of Minamata Bay. Here it accumulated in fish and in the people and animals that ate those fish. Villagers began to suffer what to them was a mysterious illness which they called dancing cat disease, though to the outside world it became known as Minamata disease. Symptoms ranged from numbness to insanity or paralysis. More than 2,000 people died. But it never was a disease. It was a poisoning, something the Chiso Corporation denied for too long. After 40 years, the bay is clean again. We're going out with local fishermen, Minoru and Hajime Sugimoto, brothers from a family deeply affected by the poisoning. Hajime-san remembers seeing the effects of the pollution.
魚が浮いたりしてたんですが、それを食べて
鳥が海に落ちたりしたそうです。突然落ちたりで猫が海地に死んだり。
They rendezvous with a spotter boat out in the bay and set their net between them. As we trawl, Hajime-san talked about the disaster that tore apart this community, half of whom were fishermen, half of whom worked at the factory which had brought economic prosperity to this impoverished area.
水俣病になった、人たちの保証金のためにチッソは少しばかりの保証金を上げてその騒動を黙らせようとしたんですけども黙らせようとして、どんどん排水をしていったんですけどもこの湾が侵されていってさらに水銀が白縫海全体に流れていったと。
Hajime-san said that far from doing any good, the company used the compensation to set one half of the community against the other.
もう山の人は水俣病に影響されないので病気の苦しみもわからないまま保証金が下りていいなとかそんなことも言われて、母のことを思うと絶対チッソは許すことはできないなというような思いはありましたけども。
Yeah, we've been towing this net now for a couple of hours. Not for anything gigantic, but for a fish about half an inch long. It's like a giant tea bag. That's incredible numbers.
What are they called again?
Shiroko.
These tiny fish are a ubiquitous snack in Japan, a sort of fishy peanut. They are washed, steamed and air-dried in the family's processing plant on the quay. But Minoru-san likes them wet.
It's a big old mouthful. Straight in. That was pure sea, pure ocean, beautiful, very salty.
シンプルですね。塩味一番シンプルで美味しい美味しさっていうのは塩だけが何でも。
Having tasted the product of the rebirth of Minamata Bay, we go to visit the brother's father, Takeshi-san, who is also a Minamata sufferer. His wife, Eiko, died earlier this year from the effects of the poisoning. She had spent her whole life campaigning for justice for Minamata victims, but suffered a backlash from many who worked at the factory.
そういうことでいじめが始まって、すごいいじめになって、ましてや私たちは裁判をしました。裁判をした組です。29世帯の一人です。最近まで来ました。その裁判が済んでもですね、裁判をしたということで、人間ではないような言い方をずっとされてきています。今もです。
The Sugimotos broke a basic code of Japanese life, where the individual is subordinate to the greater good of the community. On the whole, those who were not fishermen in the town stayed silent. The Sugimoto family were one of the few that went public.
私たちが漁に行く船の道具にいたずらをしたり、あるいは自転車を鳩から海の中に放り投げてくれたり、心の中まで、水俣病は犯してしまっているということ。そこを解きほぐすのにはちょっともっともっと時間がかかるだろうな。100年かかってもこれはまだ進まんだろうな。
In another strange riff on the surreal alter ego theme that I've seen before with Gyoko and Shacho, Takeshi-san's sons Minoru and Hajime, performing as the Yauchi brothers, use comedy to offer a new, brighter image for the future, to break the prejudice that still surrounds Minamata.
大事な追っかけ番だったから大事な追っかけ番しょっちゅうついていっとった。
Perhaps because Takeshi-san and his wife and sons have kicked against the restraints so dominant in Japanese society, have had to bare their souls to the world to fight for justice, they seem more accessible to me. I feel, as I near the end of my journey, that in Minamata I have finally met a group of people who have truly let me in. Japan is famous for the longevity of its people, and it's in the tropical southern islands that people live longer than anywhere else. I've heard of a form of fishing down here in Okinawa, practiced mainly by men older even than the sea ladies, that encapsulates a lot of what I've seen on my trip. It's communal, collaborative, and ritualized. It's also meant to be a tropical paradise.
You promised me a tropical paradise. Yeah. What is this? It's a typhoon.
36 hours after we arrive, the storm has abated. Far from the frantic metropolitan heart of Japan, the island of Irabujima has a flavor of the Caribbean or a tropical Outer Hebrides. We've been told to assemble at the harbor at 3 in the morning. The team of half a dozen boats, piled with nets and rows of bright battered scuba tanks, await their owners. One by one, the fishermen arrive and sit quietly on the quay in monastic contemplation. Their average age is 55, but some are in their 70s.
This is the most enigmatic fishing operation. They're all sitting around on crates, and then suddenly, at some completely unspoken gesture, they all stood in uniform to launch the boats.
The sky lightens. The weather looks good. The sea has been rough for days, and the fishermen need a good haul to make up for the time they have lost.
What's the secret? How come you guys defy aging?
海があればセーフできるのに、こっちの場合では。海からの魚の水揚げでセーフできるから。健康と何かもう魚一生懸命食べて、塩水で体をきれいに折ったらいつでも健康ですよ。75歳になりますよ。6歳。
A short distance offshore, and in the lee of the island, it looks like we've found a good place. Spotters hang off the side of the boats, looking for shoals of fish that are working along the edge of the reef.
魚を見て探してる。魚を探してる。魚の森を探してるわけ。潮の関係ながらね。だから潮の流れがこっちからの潮の流れだから。潮の流れに向かえて引っ張られてこうやってます。
Suddenly it is hectic. All around, the fishermen are chucking out nets or grabbing tanks and plunging into the water. They take the nets down to the bottom and arrange them in great hanging curtains that will funnel the fish as they swim up from the depths. On the surface, the launches are dragging the nets into position. The drive can start as deep as 30 or 40 meters. There's no hanging around. The divers have to move quickly before the shoal of fish moves on. Aki and I wait above the nets. And long before we see the drive hunters, we hear them. The clack-clack of their sticks and the shimmying sounds of bells as they drive the fish towards their nets. A curtain of bubbles turns the blue ocean into the sky at night. And ahead of the divers, a sparkling shoal of fish. The divers drop their pom-pom sticks and begin to lift the net around the trapped shoal. This is more like underwater ballet than fishing. It is spectacular. And in the midst of the show, a giant writhing shoal of sea creatures. As the shoal of Gurukun fish reach the surface, they perform one last act in the moment of their deaths. They change color from gray to bright, fiery red.
These guys are fishing like this 6 days a week, diving to serious depths several times a day until they've got enough fish to make it worthwhile. They're a fit crowd, they really are. Kind of more impressive than the catch is the age of these guys. Never mind the old man in the sea, these are the old men in the sea. It's amazing how this lifestyle keeps them so fit and keen for life.
This fishing is not laid on for crowds. It is not self-consciously pastoral or brutally industrial. And yet it is also so very Japanese. Its tick-tock efficiency and order and coordination. The cooperative community who never seem to argue. The ritual of it. The intricacy of it. But also, this is subsistence fishing on a scale the ocean can cope with. On the way back, we eat some of the catch. Sashimi with a little rice vinegar and a handful of boiled rice. The elixir of eternal life, perhaps?
Okay.
It's a beautiful way to end my journey in search of the Japanese and their fish.
Well, Aki, have you enjoyed your trip?
Yes, I did enjoy your company very much.
I enjoyed yours too.
It has been an amazing ride, this 6-week journey through Japan. I came looking for a window into the Japanese world, and I suppose I'm leaving knowing that window has a curtain over it that is hard to pull back. But with Aki and my crazy passion for all things fish, I think I got a glimpse inside. I've seen the public and the private faces of Japan, their reticence and then their warmth. Their surreal humor, their repressed sorrow. I've seen how they are so very different, but how they are also, in the end, just like us.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed Japan.
I did.
Hopefully you understood some of Japanese things.
I did. Thanks a lot.
Okay.
I'll be seeing you.
I see you somewhere in the world.
Yeah, all right. Cheers.
We've got a Japanese movie for you next tonight here on BBC4. There are new faces in a samurai group in Go-Hato. And then at 5 past midnight, we find out about whale hunting and the Japanese culture.